Hello there and welcome to PS4 Fun, and I thought I'd have a look at Neverwinter. Now, as you can see, I've been playing it for a little bit. The level 7 Scourge Warlock, which we'll do some gameplay with later on, but I'm going to go through character creation because, let's face it, that's what MMOs are all about. So Neverwinter is, as you can see, a Dungeons & Dragons spin-off. It's an MMO that's been around for a couple of years. I think it's been on PC and on Xbox One, and it's recently come free to play to the PlayStation 4, and I like free to play. I like not having to spend money on quality stuff. I'm going to do a video on the payment system as well, so you can see how the money works. And from what I can see, this is a game that you don't have to pay to win. A lot of the stuff is cosmetic. There's something you might want to buy, but if it's a good game that's cost you nothing, I don't mind playing a couple of quid here and there for extra bits and pieces because it goes to the developers and it helps them out. So we'll have a little look at that anyway. So let's create a character. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to skip this. Can I skip this? Yes, I can. Right. Okie dokes. So we have got, let's go through all the different types of guys we've got here. We have got humans, and we can have a male or a female. How do I change to female? Oh, there we go. A human. We have a half-orc, which basically means it looks like a human, but it's got pointy teeth. Wood elf, pretty standard tropes, but this is Dungeons & Dragons after all, so they're going to stick to those. We've got sun elf, dwarf, or halfling, so hobbit essentially, half-elf, thiefling, drow. That's it. These are our people, and each of these have racial passives. So, for instance, the thiefling, you deal an extra 5% damage to targets below half health, grants you +2 charisma and either +2 constitution or +2 intelligence, which you get to choose, and that will be to do with your build as well. So if you're wanting to be something that smacks stuff in the face, you might want some more charisma, something like strength. So there are a little bonuses if you go for particular builds. Infernal Wrath. When you receive damage, you have a 10% chance to apply Infernal Wrath to your attackers for 5 seconds. This effect reduces your target's attack power by 5%, so a debuff. So you can see all of them have got this one. The Halfling's got +2 Dexterity and +2 Charisma or +2 Constitution. And we've got resistance against control effects, which is good, and a deflection chance. So we've got all of these little bits. I'm not going to go through all of this, but we will build who are we going to go for? Who are these drow people? No, I'm going to go for let's go for a halfling. Let's go for a hobbit. Yes, Mr. Frodo. No, Mr. Frodo. Right, I'm going to go for a lady because I've already got a bloke. So some of the sample powers now. This is the important bit. Obviously, these are your classes. So we have a trickster rogue. So this is a sneaky person. A devoted cleric, which is about healing. Control wizard, that's DPS, about damage per second. Hunter ranger, might go for that. Scourge warlock, which is one I've got, seems to be a good one for soloing in particular. They're quite tough, but they also do a lot of damage. Oathbound paladin, which is a tank and a healer by the looks of things. The great weapon fighter, this is about hitting stuff with big sticks. Ooh, might go for that. Guardian Fighter does again look like a tank. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've never done MMOs before, a lot of MMOs, whether it's this, whether it's World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, they have a thing called the Holy Trinity. If you're going to work in groups and you do dungeons together, you will generally have a party that has a tank. The tank, and let's find, will be this chappie. The tank generally doesn't do as much damage, but is very, very good at taking damage. So he keeps the baddies occupied, so all the mobs that are going to be attacking you, he makes sure that they're concentrating on him or her, so the other guys can do damage. So this, and it looks like the Oathbound Paladin, are the tank classes. So you have these guys, and the idea is if you go in a party, you will go ahead, you will attract as many bad guys to you as possible, and keep them off everyone else. And then you'll have DPS guys, which is damage per second. So Scourge Warlock, Hunter Ranger, Wizards, these guys are about doing damage. So the tank keeps them busy while these guys hit them with whatever it is that they're hitting them with. And then finally you have a healer. So you've got the devoted cleric up here, and you've also got a paladin which has got some healing. But this guy, Devoted Cleric, is there mainly to keep the tank alive, because if the tank does its job properly, no one else should ever get hurt. So the Devoted Cleric is there to keep the tank alive and then cast any spells required to make if DPS get into trouble for any reason. So this is what I mean by tank, DPS, and cleric. Sorry, and healer. So if you're going to play solo, which I do an awful lot on MMOs, I know that kind of defeats the object, but I generally play solo and then just get a pickup group for any dungeons that I do. This is down to your play style. If you're someone who is going to do an awful lot of work in groups and do raids and dungeons and things like that with other people, you might want to think very carefully about where to go, because I must say the healer and the tank have massively responsible roles within groups, and a bad healer or a bad tank can ruin an experience for people, whereas DPS, well, you generally can't go too wrong with DPS. As long as you're casting spells at the right people, it's all right. So let us choose. I don't want to go. I've never liked rogues, and I hate healing. It's boring. I've got a wizard character. I do like hitting stuff with bows, paladins, but also I do like hitting stuff with really big sticks. Yeah, we're going to go ranger. Right. So what I got here, if you remember in the character, we got +2 dexterity and an option of +2 charisma or +2 constitution. Dexterity is all about speed. So you can see at the top there, ability scores. As a hunter ranger, your primary ability is dexterity. Your secondary ability is wisdom and strength. So I've actually in some respects chosen the wrong race here for that, because if I'm going to be a hunter, I want to have strength or wisdom as my secondary. So we might go back. No, go back and choose one. So we got someone who has dexterity and wisdom. So a wood elf, that's probably going to work for me. So we'll go to wood elf and we'll go back to hunter ranger. So I've got a choice of either having dexterity and intelligence, or dexterity and wisdom. So dexterity is my principal ability, and then wisdom and strength are my secondary ones. So if I do that, that adds 2 points to those. And then we've got various tropes. So here's character customization. What do we want to go for here? I don't know. Because we're going to muck about with it anyway. We'll go there. Can we zoom in? There she is. Hello, dear. Excellent. Pointy ears and all sorts. I suppose if you're going to go bow, you've got to be an elf, haven't you? Right, so let's have a little look at what we can do. So head, we click into this, we've got various different types of face, and each version of the face, let's get right close up, has a young, rough, or aged look to them. Let's go for rough. I like a bit of rough meat. I'll get that one. It's not a hugely beautiful looking game, but it's perfectly usable. Obviously the hair slider's very important. Quite like that one. Bald! I'm not going to go bald. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time just to give you an idea of what this is all about. Don't like that. Mohican's always good. Let's go for Mohican, and then if you want to change the colour, you have to press triangle. And let's make it a Mohican. Yeah, I'll do. Right. Done. Lovely. And then we're going to hit back, and we're going to go to eyes. So we've got no pupil. Ooh, gross. Giant pupil. I like big eyes. Here we go. So we're going to do giant pupil. See, giant pupil. Ah, no. Cancel. Sorry, did the wrong button there. And we will give her green eyes. There you go. Nice. Right. Let's go back. Eyebrows. I don't know. I want something that makes them look a bit friendly. Oh, God, they're big ones. She looks a bit angry there, doesn't she? Friendly eyebrows. Friendly eyebrows? No, I think we're just going to have someone who's a bit angry. We'll go with that then. I'll keep the colour the same. Tattoos. Oh, look, we can do all sorts. God, shame I can't get any closer to the face. Freckles. I quite like that. Bit of war paint. That's a bit overdone, isn't it? Black eyes. I tell you what, I liked just the wall paint. Where is it? Go cheek stripes, and we can change the colour again. Let's go for blue. Right, scars. What do you want to do scars wise? Let's have her unsullied, shall we? There we go. Face scaling. So you've got all sorts, as you'd expect here. Head width, head height. I'm not going to go into... Generally, once I start mucking about with these, they start looking really rubbish. Bridge depth. So we've got... I mean, there's a lot of sliders here, to be honest. A lot of sliders. Got to give her big cheeks. There we go. Lip fullness. Full lips. Nah, not going to bother with any more of that. And then we got body shape. So we can do... we can pull that out. We're going to hide armor. There we go. Right, so we can have elven slim, elven heavy, elven toned. I don't know, let's go for elven heavy. She's pulling bows all the time. Body scaling. Oh, well, look at that. There is a boob slider. Well, there we go. There's an awful lot of adjustments to be made for boobs. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, no, it's not even a Japanese RPG. Is it? Chest width. I know. Loads of arms, but I'm going to give her... She's an archer, so she needs slightly bigger arms. She's pulling her bows all the time. I do like feet size. I got massive feet. So I like feet thickness. I've also got very wide feet and very long feet. So she's going to have massive feet. They don't look that big, do they? I don't know. Leg bulk. Hand length. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. And then finally... Oh, we're done. Okay, so that is my lady. And then we have to choose a deity. Now this is... makes no difference to gameplay at all. It doesn't give you any advantages. I think it is for a favour. I think if you die, you can get a chance of being revised. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons aficionado, to be honest with you. We'll have Lady Luck. And then, again, you don't start in these locations, but you can choose where you started or grew up. I want somewhere woody. There we go. Cormyr, no idea. This selection has no effect on gameplay, so am I an escapee from Weedloon? So I was raised by the gang-ruled streets of the Pridden city of Weeloon, or I served in the Forest Kingdom's famed army, battling orcs and goblins along the frontier and defending the realm's cities. I'm going to grow up in a gang. And then, obviously, we are going to give her a name, and we'll call her, I don't know, Notch. Feathers. Notch feathers. No, that's rubbish. Okay. Lady. Shoots a lot. I got Major Thumps a lot, so we'll have Lady Shoots a lot. There we go. We're done. Lady Shoots a lot. See if that one is available. Confirm. Yes, it is. And that's it. Then you can begin your adventure. So it is a relatively comprehensive character customization. The classes are what you'd expect. This is, after all, Dungeons & Dragons. It's been around for an age. And my female hunter, ranger, starts off with 13 strength and 17 wisdom. My goodness. And 17 dexterity. So those are my... dexterity being my key skill. And then wisdom and intelligence, I think it was, were my secondary skills. So we begin the adventure. Oh, look at that! Whop! Away we go. So I'm not going to show you the opening levels. I'm going to log out here, and I'm going to show you the shop in another video, and also I'm going to do a dungeon with Major Thumps a lot, so you can see how the combat works. Oh dear, flashbacks. Oh no, I got attacked by a big old dragon. I'm on a boat. Ah! There's my boat, and there's me on a beach. Look, wait.
Hey, you alright? Oi, are you alright? Hello? Hello?
There she is. Wow. Thank you. So, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a little bit of a thumbs up and share it places. And if you want to, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and the links to those are on the YouTube channel itself. So thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful, and I look forward to showing you a little bit more of what Neverwinter is all about on the PlayStation 4. Thanks very much, and as always, have a great gaming week. Bye bye for now.